Hello and welcome to another opportunity to get the man of your dreams and to keep the man of your dreams. And today I have a very important message for you. And if you listen to this episode to the very end and you really internalize what I share with you, your dating life will change forever. Yes, I know that's a big promise. A lot of people out there say that everything changes your life. Oh, this changed my life, this changed my life. But in this case, I'm serious. And I'm serious about it because I coached so many incredible women who fell into this trap and who either ruined their relationship with it or who ruined a potential relationship with an amazing man before it could actually flourish, before the relationship could actually happen. And that's why I want to share this message with you. And the message is, stop. He is not your ex-boyfriend. And it's so important for you to not only understand this message on a logical level, but to really understand it in your heart. Yes, your ex-boyfriend, or maybe the guy before that, or maybe the guy before that, he might have traumatized you. He might have done something that broke your heart. Maybe it was a toxic relationship, or maybe it was a good relationship, but at some point it turned into a toxic relationship. I mean, I coached women from all walks of life, all different cultural backgrounds, all different socioeconomic backgrounds, all different racial backgrounds. I coached women from, all backgrounds basically. But the one thing that so many of them have in common, no matter what skin color, no matter what age, no matter what income, is that they can't let go of what one of their ex-boyfriends did or didn't do, depending on the situation. And you have to realize that if you stay in the past, you will only attract the past again. If you stay in that trauma, you will only attract a relationship again that is in alignment with that trauma emotion. And that's called trauma bonding. And believe me, I've experienced that in the past. The only reason why I was able to attract my kind, loving, and simply amazing girlfriend is because I healed my trauma, is because I let go of the emotions of the past, is because I fell in love with women. And the same principle applies to you and to your relationships. I mean, of course, you don't have to fall in love with women if you want to attract a man, but you have to fall in love with men. And I know that some of you who are listening right now, maybe it's you, in the moment where I said, fall in love with men, your heart went, fall in love with men, but I remember what my ex-boyfriend did to me. I remember what my ex-husband did to me. I can never love men again. Well, that's your choice. I can only tell you that if you make this choice and you don't make an effort to live in the future, but instead you stay stuck in the past, you will re-attract and relive the past over and over again. I've experienced it in my own life, and I've known it from so many of my coaching clients. And I also know it, and that's what makes me really proud, I also know it from coaching clients who have helped to get out of this cycle, this vicious cycle. And I know it from coaching clients who are now in fulfilling relationships because they let go of the past. And by the way, if you want to find out more about the different coaching sessions I offer Skype coaching sessions, I offer hypnosis sessions, I'm a certified hypnotist, and I also offer breakup and divorce recovery coaching sessions. And if you want to find out more about these coaching sessions, you can go to gethimkeephim.com/coaching. But it's so important for you to get over the past, to let go of the past, and to look into the eyes of the guy who you're dating right now, or the man who you will go on the first date with next week, or maybe also the guy who you just went on the first date with today or yesterday, and you want to text him again because you have the feeling, yes, this could be something, this could develop into something, this man might be the man of my dreams. Then you have to remember that if you stay in these trauma emotions, you will only attract the trauma again. And even more importantly, you will repel a man who is willing and ready to love you. And this happens subconsciously. We're often not really consciously aware of it, but we often, in most cases, act from a place of trauma. I mean, one of the best examples is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I mean, the reason why he stayed with her, and he said that in the trial, was, my father stayed, so I guess I stayed because of that. And his father was apparently abused by his mother was very abusive, and No wonder he stayed in this abusive relationship. And of course, it doesn't just happen to men. I would say it happens more to women. But yeah, well, domestic violence doesn't know a gender. It happens to men and to women. But no matter if it's domestic violence, if it's emotional abuse, if it's trauma, no matter what it is, if you stay stuck in the past, then you will re-attract the past again and again and again. And I want to really help you. I'm really, really passionate about helping you to get out of this rut, to get out of this vicious cycle. Because only when you get out of this vicious cycle will your life and your dating life change. So always keep in mind when you talk to a guy at the bar, when you talk to a guy online, when you talk to a guy on the first date, he is not your ex-boyfriend. But by making him your ex-boyfriend, by putting him in the same position as your ex-boyfriend, you not only mess up a potential relationship, but you might also traumatize him without even wanting to do it. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a date with him, and then another date and another date, and you start to develop feelings for him. But because your ex-boyfriend did something that was not so nice, let's put it this way, you have this extreme jealousy, and you then blame him, and you scream at him, because you are enraged with jealousy because of what happened in the past, because of something that another man did, because of something that this man maybe never did in his life. But by doing that, you might hurt his feelings, you hurt your own feelings, you might traumatize him, and you traumatize yourself even more. That's why it's important to remember that your beliefs and your feelings about all men are not true about all men. In the same way as some men who had negative experiences with women blame it on all women are like that, all women are like this. And the moment I say this, you probably think to yourself, of course it's a stupid belief, not all women are like this. And you know that, I know that. But some of my coaching clients, and I know that from my experience, if they wanted to admit it or not, they had the same belief about men. All men are the same. No, they are not. There are so many different human beings out there. They are amazing men and they are amazing women. And they are also not so amazing men and not so amazing women. That's just how it is. There are good people and there are bad people out there. But if you don't change your belief about all men, then you will, with your energy, attract the kind of man who then confirm again that all men are terrible. And while you're in this process of letting go of the past, you also have to be careful to not fall into another trap that we human beings love to fall into. And this is the opposite of what I just talked about. It's not so much about seeing the negative qualities of your ex-boyfriend in the new guy. It's more about seeing the positive qualities of your ex-boyfriend without seeing the negative qualities. This also happens to a lot of women. And again, it's the most natural human behavior on earth. We human beings, we always sugarcoat our past. It's a trauma avoidance technique. And why do you think so many older people say, back in the days, everything was better? I mean, I'm German and my grandfather was a war prisoner in Russia after the Second World War. And even he said to me, you know, back in the days, everything was better. And I thought to myself, really? Was it? I mean, come on. If you compare being a war prisoner with now living in freedom, what's the better choice? But people automatically do that. It's actually scientifically proven that this is a protective mechanism that our brain uses to not make us look back all the time and go, oh my God, I want to jump off a building. So it's a natural thing that happens. But you also have to be aware of this principle, because what we often do, especially when we are in a new relationship or about to start a new relationship, is that we compare the bad qualities, and now I want you to listen very carefully, to compare the bad qualities of the new person with the good qualities of the old person. So let's say, for example, that your old boyfriend or your ex-boyfriend, ex-boyfriend was really good in bed. But that's the only thing he was good at. All the rest, he was terrible. He didn't listen, he didn't care, you couldn't build an emotional connection with him, nothing, nada. And now you're in a relationship with a new guy who's simply amazing, incredible, wonderful. He's just a tiny, tiny little bit worse in bed. And now you fall into the trap that you sugarcoat in your mind the past relationship that you had with your ex-boyfriend who was also good in bed. However, you then ignore all the other aspects where the new guy might be better. So I just wanted to warn you about that, because this also goes hand in hand with the topic of today's episode, which is stop, he's not your ex-boyfriend. And no matter if you're in the position where you're sugarcoating things from a past relationship, or you're dragging trauma from a past relationship into your new relationship, or on first dates and second dates and third dates with guys who might be relationship material, no matter in which of these traps you fall, I want you to keep in mind that the way you think about men, the way you feel about men, dictates your results with men. I said it before and I want to mention it again as a closing statement of this episode. If you believe that all men are terrible, that all men are like your ex-boyfriend who might have done some really bad things, then you will attract the same man again and again and again. But what if you actively work on falling in love with men, just like I fell in love with women before I met my amazing girlfriend? Then, when you are dating with this energy, then you can attract a man who's ready for love, who's willing to love, and who gives you the love that you always wanted. And that's how you can stop living in the past, and then you're ready to live in the future and to create your future with the man that you want to create it with. And of course, you also want to, in this process, make this man so devoted to you that he doesn't even think about a future with another woman. And if you want to have this incredible power, then you might want to go to gethimkeephim.com/devoted and watch this beautiful video till the very end to find out more about the devotion sequence and also the devotion system, which is a program that you can then invest in that so many of my coaching clients used to make their man devoted to them. And if you prefer reading about this system, you can go to gethimkeephim.com/system or click on the second link in the description. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.